Welcome to The Edit with your host, Vivian Cole. Brought to you by Vogue Media Agency, the podcast where branding, visibility, and influence are curated with intention. Each week, we cut through the noise to explore strategy, storytelling, and what it really takes to build a brand that's seen, heard, and remembered.
Welcome to The Edit. I'm your host, Vivian Cole, and this podcast is brought to you by Vogue Media Agency, where branding, visibility, and influence are curated with intention. Today, we're editing pricing. Not numbers, not formulas, not spreadsheets. We're editing confidence. Because pricing is rarely about math, it's about belief. Let's start with something most brands don't want to admit. Underpricing is almost never a market issue. It's not competition. It's not the economy. It's positioning. When brands underprice, it's usually because they're unsure of their value, afraid of rejection, or trying to be chosen instead of respected. And that hesitation shows up immediately. Your audience can feel uncertainty. They can feel over-explaining. They can feel when pricing is designed to please instead of lead. Strong pricing communicates leadership. Here's the hard truth. If you don't believe in your price, no one else will. And if you find yourself constantly justifying your rates, offering discounts before being asked, or explaining every line item, you're negotiating against yourself. Pricing is not a defense. It's a declaration. Let's talk about the biggest mistake brands make with pricing. They price time instead of transformation, hours, deliverables, tasks. But your client is not paying for your time. They're paying for what changes because of you. They're paying for clarity instead of confusion, growth instead of stagnation, confidence instead of uncertainty. Transformation scales. Time does not. When you price based on time, you cap your growth. When you price based on impact, you position yourself as a solution, not a service. Another key factor in pricing is alignment. Your pricing must match your branding, your messaging, your experience. Luxury branding with bargain pricing creates distrust. Premium pricing with unclear messaging creates resistance. Everything has to agree. Your website should support your rates. Your presence should support your authority. Your confidence should support your number. Pricing doesn't exist in isolation. It lives inside your brand ecosystem. Now let's talk about confidence. Confidence in pricing doesn't come from memorizing a script. It comes from clarity. Clarity on who you serve, what problem you solve, and why you're the right solution. When those three things are clear, pricing feels grounded, not awkward. You don't need to convince. You need to communicate. Here's the pricing edit. First, price for impact, not approval. If your goal is to be liked, your pricing will always feel unstable. Second, stop over-explaining your rates. Over-explaining signals uncertainty. Clear pricing invites respect. Third, let clarity replace justification. The right clients don't need convincing. They need alignment. Now here's your reflection moment. If your pricing doubled tomorrow, what would need to change about your brand to support it? Your messaging, your audience, your positioning, your confidence? That answer shows you where the real work is, because pricing is not the problem, it's the signal. Remember this: clients who respect your work respect your price. Clients who challenge your price are not your people. And that's not a loss, that's clarity. Your price is part of your brand voice. Make sure it speaks with confidence. You've been listening to The Edit with Vivian Cole. This episode is brought to you by Vogue Media Agency. To refine your positioning, elevate your pricing strategy, and lead your brand with confidence, visit voguemedia.us. Until next time. Edit with intention.
Thanks for listening to The Edit with Vivian Cole, brought to you by Vogue Media Agency. Be sure to subscribe for more insights, share this episode with your network, and join us next week for another conversation on building brands with clarity, confidence, and impact. Visit voguemedia.us.
Vogue Media Agency offers comprehensive services to help small to medium-sized businesses, faith-based and nonprofit organizations, content creators, and entrepreneurs establish and grow their online presence. Focusing on website design, landing pages, social media management, podcast training, branding, weblog creation, and public relations, Vogue Media Agency provides a convenient one-stop solution for clients looking to elevate their digital footprint. What sets us apart is our personalized service and niche expertise. We are your marketing consultants. Contact us today.
To contact Vogue Media Agency, call 212-470-2730 or visit voguemedia.us.